please please tell me if you can hear me now. Okay, so I'm going to import my that prop here. Okay, so now you can hear me. Thanks and sorry for that. So now I have this prop here which looks very small. It's okay, I can scale it, and I create a label also, and let's save this label here and quickly make this 100 and then a material for floor, and I'll take a gray color here. And 0 specular and 0 metallic and 1 roughness. Roughness 1 means no roughness. Roughness 0 means full roughness. So I'll just apply this here and light. I'll rotate this. Okay, and if I click here, it will update. And let me check if auto exposure is on. It's off. That's good. And why this should be dark? I don't know why it's not dark. My light is upside. Oops. Yeah, it's dark now. So let me take a exponent height fog and make it dark 0.2. Okay, so I have this, and now I can place my prop here, and this is very small, so I will lock it, make it 10 or 20. So now it's pretty much bigger. And if you want to check the size, because this cube is in meter, so my prop is about 1 or 2 meter. Let's make it 30 bigger. And this Lambert comes with it, so let's make this Lambert slightly brownish. And two-sided. Save. Okay, maybe more darker. Now I need some fire and some rocks below this here, so I quickly make some random mesh. So let's, to make a stone, what will be the best way? What I do is I'll just take a cube and just increase the segments like this, and then I will just randomly, or you can just sculpt it randomly like this. This is too much, so double click here and reduce the strength. And just make it random. And my if you double click here, symmetry is on, so turn this off, and then again I'll take this. So you can randomly make this and just and if if you are still not satisfied with this, you can triangulate it, and you can reduce press G. Not now, I will smooth this first, G, and then triangle. It's just random thing that I do, and then you can reduce G. So you will have something random mesh like this. See, so it's not the best way to create rocks, because some 3D models not the best way, but this is what I use. So this is low poly and this is very random. You cannot say it's a box or a sphere, it's just a rock. So I'll just freeze this, export this to desktop, SM rock, and I forgot to check the UVs, but it's okay, it's like a cube UVs. And now I will import this SM rock and I'll place it here. And I think my floor needs to be more darker. I don't know why this light is not working as it should be. I'll delete this, I'll delete player, and it's not what it should be. Let me just create a new level. I'm not satisfied with it and I don't know why it's happening right now. So this is the light, and usually what I do, I just rotate it around. Okay, I think the lumen is on in Unreal Engine 5, and let me check. It's not. Okay. But it's not happening. Okay. So I'll open that map again. Okay. Or you can take the blank map. So that will be okay. So you can now in the cube and make it 100, 10, and oops, 100. And you can apply this here and take a light, simple light, make this. Also take a skylight. This is weird. The light is not visible. What's wrong I'm doing, I don't know. If I'm taking, yes, it's working. Point light is working, but this directional light is not seems to work. It's not working. Yeah, it's working now. So, and now I will use exponent for now it's better, so I can work in this. So I will drag this here, make it 25, doing something wrong. This is on 0 and my prop is bigger or the smaller. This is very weird. I don't know. This is very weird because my cube, and if I just check it from the top angle, this is my cube and this is my prop. Prop is very small, 25, and this is my cube. So let's make it 200, 200. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so I'll just decrease the light intensity and okay, so now I'll just move my rocks here. Let's make it 10, 10 and this now I have these 4 cubes and I'll just put it here on this. Okay, I can now work on the fire and I'll just save this on my map. And here in this fire is very stylized, so I don't need actually a subview for this. I can make this with a noise texture. So I need a noise texture. If I right click here, import, I have already noise texture that you can create in Photoshop easily with just a cloud pattern. This is just a cloud from Photoshop filter, and I'll make a fire texture now. So I'll make material, fire, and I'll drag this texture here and I need a radial exponent. And first I need to distort this radial with noise. So if you connect directly it here, and because this is very stylized and you can see this is masked, not additive or translucent, so I'll just work on mask and unlit and two-sided. And if I connect it here, I'll take the particle color that will connect to the emissive, and this will multiply with this, and then we'll go to mask. So I have this circular thing and I can decrease the radius from here like 0.2, and if I take the texture coordinate here it will be same, but if I add this noise texture, on this texture coordinate, it will distort it completely. But I want to control it, so I will take multiply, and then I can control how much distortion I want, like this 0.3, and I can pan this thing like 0.2, and I can just duplicate this 4 times. Why I am duplicating 4 times? Just to randomize this. So this is 0.2, now minus 0.2, then here in this one 0.2 and minus 0.2. I will add these together. And then add these together, and then I can use this. But the distortion now I need to control more. 0.5, 0.8 or 0.1. So I have this moving thing, this fire, but I can also erode this from this. So if I subtract something from this like 0.1, then multiply this with my actual radial, this will cut it out, this will erode this. So it's 0.1, 0.5, you can see 0.8, 0.9, 1 is, and 1.5 is completely gone. So I can make this a dynamic parameter to erode, like erode. This is not the best way to do this. I can choose lots of other things, and I will also take a texture coordinate and multiply for tiling. So this will go for each, and this will go here for tile. Okay, so I'll just save this, and let's just quickly create a FX here, fountain. See, this is full of bug. Unreal Engine 5 it's showing noise texture here. It's okay. So this is my fire, and I'll just use that material here, the fire material, and take the dynamic parameter. Default texture coordinate tiling I will use 1, and then I don't need this thing. This cone I can use. So first I'll increase the size of particle like 50, 20, and this is very fast going, so I'll make it 10. And okay, so this was actually erode. I'll make this erode 0 and tiling 1, and then you can see it's animating, so I can increase some an angle also, and now I can align it on velocity, and I can use this color to a fire color, and then I can distort it. I don't have distort parameter right now, so this multiply define the distortion, so I will just add it here. And now I can decide how much distortion I want. So like it's now round, if I make it 1.1 is distorted, or 0.2, 0.3. So I'll just randomize it to like 0.1 or 0.4, and then tiling I will randomize this also like 1.5 and 2, and then erode. So I will make a first I will check at 0 it's not eroding, at 1.2 it's eroding, so I'll use the curve, and from 0 I will make it 1.2, and now let's make the life 0.5, 0.6, and size like 150, 200. Oops, this is mass, sorry. 50 and 20, not 20 and 10. Spawn rate like 200, and this is going very fast, so let's make it 20 and use curl noise. So this is fair. I will make this flat on Z, and this drag is okay. 50, 20, and if I don't align it on velocity, then it's cool. So if I just put it here, it's very small. So first I need to increase this to 100, and the particle size like 150, and let me place it here, and let me just decrease the light intensity. .02. So first this is burning, so I will decrease the color to 10 and increase the light to 1. It's still like okay. The size to 150 and 100, and decrease the radius of this to 60. I don't know why this is burning. Something wrong with this. Let me just check something. Wait for a second. Just for a second, let me just check something. I never worked on lumen and I don't know how to disable it, so let me just check how to disable this lumen. Is it in plugins? If I check, and let me check. It's disable. So is there any other way? Because I think because of that this thing working very weird. I'm just checking something, just wait for a while. It's not highlighted, so how to do that? Let me just restart this engine. And now I will check lumen. So it has two options, detail tracing or global tracing. And if I open my map, and now if I use the global tracing, it's glowing, and if I'm using detail, it's the same. This is same, no difference. And if I just turn this fog for now, okay, so I just turn this fog for now, and let me just work like this, so we can check that later. It's working like auto exposure, and auto exposure is not enabled. I have checked, it's not enabled. So if I am increasing this light to 1, okay, let it adjust a bit. So anyone from you guys can suggest what's wrong with this if you want. Okay, someone saying don't find lumen, find global illumination. So I checked that. Global. This is dynamic global illumination method, and I'll use ray tracing. It's none right now. It should be none, I think. It's not taking lumen, and it's working weird. So let it be for now. Let me finish this effect, but this is really weird. I am facing this first time. And because fire is inside this bowl, I need to delete this. So how I'll delete that? I can take a kill volume, and I can take the sphere, and if I invert this, it should okay, so it's working like this, and I'll just move it up. So now it's cutting that fire inside here, and I'll just decrease the radius, not this much. So it's cutting now, and it's really weird. Or you can just use collision if you want. Let me check if how it's working. So I turn on the collision and it's not working because it has lots of issues with mesh size and all. So that's why I didn't want it to use this. But one more way you can do it, you can take a torus and just take it like 50, and and then I will use velocity from point, so it's just spreading, and then I can take normal velocity just to move it up. So now you can see it's not going inside it, and you can randomize this whole thing to like 0 and 100, some going up, some not going up, and also randomize this to 10 and 100. And I'll make it very quick. Let me check the fire material first. I don't like it much. I need some random tiling here, so what I can, okay, let it be for now. And here in color I can randomize a bit, 0.01, so yellowish and reddish, and I can move it to the red, so it's random. Much more here, it has sparks, it has smoke. To make smoke, I'll just duplicate this fire, smoke, and I'll just making a blocking right now. I will fix everything at the end of this, but I'll just quickly adding things. So here now I want translucent material, and I don't want to distort this, but I don't want to subtract this, I just want to multiply it here, and then let me check how it looks. So this is how it looks, and let me just power it. So this is how my smoke looks, and I will decrease the density of my radial 0.2 and increase the size to 0.5, and I will use this. So how the smoke is looking here, so there is smoke around this, so I will open my fire effects, and this is my flames, and duplicate this is my smoke, and I'll use smoke material here. And for this I want bigger radius, and this should go up little high, actually same speed, but life will be like 1.2, and the color would be gray, white, and I can randomize the value and saturation. And then in tiling I would use 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, and this parameter not using now, so I'll just disable this, just tiling. Let me check how it's looking. And in smoke material I will add depth fade and multiply this, together. And then this should be fade in and fade out, so I will take the scale color and make it curve. At 0.5 it will be 1, at 0 it will be 0. Smooth keys by pressing 1 in your keyboard, and I will move this torus little up, like 50, and same this, and I'll increase the velocity to 200 and 100 and make it slightly black. Now I'll turn on my flames. So I have flames and I have smoke, and size is of course random. I will randomize the UVs also. So I have fire, I have smoke. Now it has some embers, shooting embers, so I'll make a material. And take a radial exponent, particle color, connect it here, make it translucent, unlit beside it. And in fire I will duplicate this smoke and let's call it amber, and I will use that radial here and quickly make this glowy, and that's almost red, and then decrease the size, and I will make it velocity align here. This will be velocity align. Then I can stretch this like 1, 10, 10, 50. Let me check the size. It's too much, so let's make it 3, 5, 10. Still too much, so 6, 3. And then I will use curl noise, like 100, 500, 1. And these sparks looks like they have tail. I'll just turn off motion blur. Still like looks like, and I'll just increase this. Increase the curl, and I'll put the curl noise in here also. Decrease the spawn rate to like 50, and I'll increase this glow to like 100, and I'll put the size here and make it float and curve. So the sparks almost done, basic placement done. I will edit that later. And why it's not working like it should. It's like trail. there is no other way to stop motion blur. I don't have post process here, but it's working weirdly. It's okay, there is no motion blur here, but it's showing here. Then after this we have something dark in the bottom, and then we have this green smoke and rays and thing. So first I think I need some dark part here in the ground, so I'll just duplicate this smoke, and this will be my dark, just dark thing. And here if I preview this smoke, I'll make this custom align, custom face, and I'll use align mesh, and let's make it. So this is now ground facing, I don't need anything here. And now you can see this, I need just 10 particles almost, and I'll increase the size to like very big. It's not visible here because of a depth fade, and so I'll just duplicate this smoke one, and I'll just remove these, or I can just, so just I can use one texture here, and if I clean up I'll have just one, and I don't need anything here, and I don't need depth fade, so remove this also, browse this, and then I will use this smoke one here. Dynamic parameter, what's wrong with this? This is style, I don't need this. It's visible, but because of density is very low. So to check it here properly, you need to increase the alpha. So I'll make it 10 for now. Now it's visible, and I will edit the position here to like 10. You can now see it here, but it's white with some weird issue in my viewport, so I'll make it completely black. Now you can see it's black, and the height is very high, so I'll make the life little high, so it will be very slow. And it has a curl noise, so I'll remove that, and I'll decrease the size to like 500 and 100, no, 1000. Okay, so now I need to just adjust the height of this. So now my ground is black, and I can just turn on all my thing, and I can make it 5 or 2. So my ground will be little dark here and there, you can see little dark. And then I have this fire and this smoke and embers, and I will increase some size of my embers to 5. And now I need a layer of like this water here. So for that I need a disk. So here I will create a cylinder, and then delete top and bottom, and scale this, and then scale this here. So now I have a disk, I have a disk now, and the UVs are like planar, so I will normalize this, and I will add some edges here for, then I can just smooth this. I will make it more smoother because I need lots of segment, and then I will export it to desktop SM disk. So now I will import that disk here, desktop SM disk. So now I need to make that material, that is liquid, and here I will choose this disk visible here, then I will choose this noise here, and if I connect it here, you can see how it looks, and it already looking good. And I will make it pan, and just to randomize it, just I will do it 2 times and add these together. Randomize this thing to 0.5, 0.3, and tiling also. This is 1, and I will make it 1.52, and then I will power this up, so it's now black. So now I need particle color, and I will multiply this here. We will connect here, and then I will multiply this with vertex normal, and again I will multiply it, and this will be my dynamic parameter for distortion of mesh, and this will go to world position offset. And if I increase this, you can see it's already distorting, so I will just name it distort. Save and let it be. So now I will make another effects, and that will be my liquid, and this will be liquid layer, so I will call it just liquid, and I will make this a mesh renderer, and this will be my disk, then a material, this will be my liquid material. I don't need these things, so I am removing this, and I will make it local, and distortion very high because of dynamic parameter, so I'll make it like 5, 2 is okay. So I will randomize this 0 to 2. And one more thing I need here is in material this tiling thing, so I will multiply this and multiply this with same parameter, and this will be my tile. I'll save this. And one more thing, opacity. So this is opaque right now. I'll make it translucent and multiply this thing also with opacity. Now here tiling is by default 0, so let's make it 1. Then I need fade in, fade out, so I will take scale color and make it curve quickly. At 0.5 it's 1, at 0 it's 0, and then I will make the color green and randomize this, and I will randomize tile also 0.5 to 1.5, and this is like I need if I just put it right now here, move it up, it's very small, so let me increase the mesh size like 5, 6, 8 is very high, 6, and everything is burning in my viewport. I don't know why. Everything is burning here. This is really frustrating because whatever I'm doing is not visible properly. So I will increase this distortion to 10. Now you can see things happening, and the size 5, 6, 5.9. So we have this boiling liquid in it, and now I need some green smoke. So I'll just copy this from this fire, this is smoke, Control C, and paste it in liquid. And in this one I need green smoke, slightly randomize, and I will decrease to 20 and increase spawn rate will be like 10, and saturation will be high, and it will fade soon. So smoothly fade. So what else? It has some rays and then particles moving here. So for these first I'll create the rays, and it has also bubbles. So to make bubble you need a sphere and a material for bubbles. So if I make a material M bubble, just take a nail and particle color, connect it directly here, multiply with Fresnel, connect to opacity, make it translucent, and two-sided, and I will power it just to extract the edges. And here in liquid, duplicate my smoke, and I'll call it bubble, and I need a sphere for the bubble, so I'll delete this and make a mesh. I don't have any sphere, so I'll take engine content and I will use this sphere, and the material would be my bubble. I'll turn this off, and bubble material, make it green. It's already green, and the particle size would be like 0.1. I will randomize it to 0.1 and 0.01, and bubble also making trail, don't know why. So I don't need much velocity here, so make it 5 and 0. Don't need curl noise. make it 100, 0.1, and I don't need, actually I don't need this, and I will make it 0 and 5 and make the torus like I will use ring and make this 0 and like 60. Now these bubbles are inside it, and let me just make the life shorter to 0.5 and 0.1, and this should burst. So I will take scale mesh, float and curve. At 0 it will be 0, at 0.8 it will be 1, like this. And before bursting it will go a little higher. So now I can turn off this isolation mode, and those are not visible because of some problem that I will figure it out after finishing all my elements. Now I need these rays. So to create this rays I need something that is like, so I will make a mesh quickly, and I don't need these segments, and this is up, so I need this direction, and I will make this edge little like this, and then Control D and rotate it on 90 degree, and then combine these, rotate this 90 degree, and I'll move this here. The pivot will be here. So now I have this raise mesh. I will freeze this and export this to desktop. SM raise. Let me import it here. SM raise, import, and I will make a material M raise. I'll preview this raise mesh here, and I will use this noise texture if I can make raise with this. Let's make it two-sided, and if I just tile it like not this direction, it will work like rays, but my UVs are now distorted. So let me just add some UVs, some segments like 4 and 4 and 4 and 4, just because my UVs are not working correctly. So raise, and I will re-import this, save all, and in material now it's working, and I can stretch it more. Now it's almost raised, and if I add a panel here like 0.1, 0.01, 0.02, 0.01, so we have raised. Now I need to fade the top and bottom and the sides, so I will quickly take a mask from texture coordinate, and if I'll just use the red and use the sign and make it 2, it will be for both sides, Then I'll duplicate this and use the green channel here. Now this will be top and bottom, and if I multiply these two together, it will from all side, and if I multiply this and this and connect it here, now I have these rays, and I will use a power node here. Okay, now if I use the particle color, I will directly connect it here, and for opacity, this will go to my opacity, make it translucent, unlit, and save. And now in my liquid, I will duplicate this bubble, and this will be my rays, where it is. Duplicate again, rays, and in this rays I will change the mesh to rays and change the material to rays. Okay, if I isolate now and increase the size to like 10 and 10, and life would be higher, like 2 and 1, and color would be lighter, alpha would be down like 0.1 and 0.5, and I don't need this torus location. So these are the rays, you can see it here, and it's burning, so I will make the color down and increase the size to like 20 and 20 and 30. So I have these rays, and the height is too much, so size is 20 and 30, so I will use non-uniform and random, actually 20, 20, 30, 30, and height will be like 20 and 10, so height will be less, and size I will not use this, and I will even reduce the alpha. So now you can see I have these rays, and it depends how much faded you want, so you can just, because my viewport is not working well, so no excuse here, it's not working. So I have these rays also, and I will use initial mesh rotation and randomize it on Z to -1 and 1, so it will be covered from all sides. And now I need these particles here, these ambient particles in a conical shape. So here I will open my fire and copy this amber, and in my liquid I will paste it here, and if I isolate, let's make it 100 green first, and then I don't need this torus, this point velocity or this velocity, and I will turn off my curl noise for now. So, and I will use, it doesn't it has cone location, that's great. So now I will use the direction this, and this is my cone, but height I need little higher, so length would be like this, and particle will be like 500, life would be higher, 3 and 2, and this will not be velocity aligned, and the size would be uniform, 2 and 1, and then I can turn on my curl noise. for random movement, but not this much. And now I can increase the collocation to little higher, not this much. And for some weird reason this looking like a trail, I don't know why, but this is how you can add. And I will decrease the alpha to 0.01 and also the range. So now it's working. So now all the elements are done for now. Now I need to check what's wrong with this thing. So let me just check. Something so this is how it solved, but still my particles look like trail. Still things burning out, but we can adjust a bit now. No, I don't save the translation. This guy is asking, so I think the output is not that bad because I had lots of problem. I couldn't concentrate. But let me add some normal map to the rocks and that pot so it will look better. Photoshop taking time so much. I will quickly take a render cloud, then filter 3D normap. Okay, and just save it to the D drive and normal. I will import this here from my D drive, normal, and I don't have any material for rocks, so this material is using in rocks, so I will just drag it here and connect and save, and let's see how it looks. It looks better on rock, although I can make it like 2 or 2. It looks better on rock, but specular is too high, so I will make the specular like 0.5 and metallic 0. Oops,